A man who carried a Confederate flag into the U.S. Capitol during the January 6th insurrection appeared in a D.C. federal court. Kevin Seyfried, the man seen here in photos, was indicted last month by a grand jury on 5 counts related to obstruction, entering restricted property, and disorderly conduct. Joining me now, investigative reporter for NBC4 in Washington, D.C., Scott MacFarlane. Scott, good to have you back with us. So what's the latest in the Seyfried's case, and as well as any other hearings for accused rioters today?
Hey, Eamon, Kevin Seyfried is not the most seriously charged Capitol insurrection defendant, but perhaps the most high profile because of that iconic, notorious image that the feds say shows him carrying the Confederate flag on the second floor of the Capitol January 6th. His son, Hunter, is charged too, accused of breaking a window by hand and letting other alleged insurrectionists in. They both have pleaded not guilty, but the attorneys in this case were unequivocal. They've started plea negotiations or plea discussions with the Justice Department. There haven't been a lot of cases in which that's been announced publicly in a hearing, so, Eamon, we want to watch it closely. A notorious defendant, a high-profile defendant, getting closer to a plea agreement.
Scott, what effect has former President Trump's rhetoric had on these cases so far?
Our latest reporting, as of late this afternoon, Eamon, is of the 400 or so criminal defendants in the insurrection, about 60 are being held in pre-trial detention in jail pending their next hearing. That includes a lot of alleged members of far-right groups, the Oath Keepers, the Proud Boys. But let's watch the case of Carl Dresch of Michigan closely. That's where former President Trump's words have become relevant in court hearings. Dresch is accused of not only being part of the insurrection, but of bragging about it after, saying it was a grand day, the best day ever. In arguing for his release from jail, he's saying he is not a flight risk. But the federal judge said she's concerned about releasing a defendant as public officials and former public officials continue to question the validity of the 2020 elections. She didn't mention former President Trump by name, but they made clear in the hearing Dresch makes some of his money by selling Trump gear and Trump clothing off his front porch in Michigan. He has a criminal past. That's an important facet, too. We'll see what the judge rules.
Hey, thanks for watching our YouTube channel. You should know that you can follow today's top stories and breaking news and catch up on your favorite MSNBC shows all in one place. Download the NBC News app today.